Hey, what's up guys, Houston here. And for those of you just finding my YouTube channel, welcome. Please remember to hit that subscribe button and that bell. Now, for those of you that's been following me and supporting me, as always, salute. Now, today's video, I want to share with you all in terms of understanding how you can manage to raise $100,000 just with Navy Federal, okay? And for many of you all, it has been proven, even if you have bad credit, you're able to get high limit credit cards with Navy Federal, right? But we're going to break it down because there's one account that I never shared with people, but I think you're going to have a great benefit from it if you're a Navy Federal credit member, okay? Now, let's break this down. Understanding, if you're a Navy Federal credit member, all right, let's talk about the lady that got the $25,000 credit card with a 530 credit score, right? Okay, so she got the 25,000 credit card for one. Now, as she raises her credit, just think about this. Say that she got approved for another $25,000, or she got approved for another $25,000 personal loan, right? That's $50,000 right there. Now I want you to stick with me because I'm going to show you how to get to $100,000 with Navy Federal. As a matter of fact, I'm going to show you some other financial institutions that you can do the same thing with them, just what you did with Navy Federal, okay? So now you got a $25,000 credit card with Navy Federal, you got a $25,000 personal loan, all right? Then what happens? Say that you started a business, okay? On the business side, they said, well, what we'll do, we can give you $15,000, right? So they said, well, we'll give you $15,000, and that's a business credit card. So they gave you a $15,000 credit card. Then they gave you another $10,000. So they gave you another $10,000 here, right? And this is a line of credit. All right. Now remember, you started out with bad credit, but you continue building your relationship with Navy Federal. So I want you to stick with me. So how you started to build your relationship with Navy Federal, what you did, you got a pledge loan. And I want you to really pay attention to this because this is what really is going to count, this pledge loan. All right, so stick with me. Now you got the pledge loan because again, you have challenging credit and you're building your credit. Then you also got the N Reward secured card. So that's how you started building your relationship with Navy Federal. Okay, now where are we at? We're at 75,000 here, right? So you're like, okay, where's the other 25,000 coming from? Well, here's the thing about it. Navy Federal, if you have decent credit, again, you don't have to have perfect credit, but decent credit with a good income, right? And a low debt to income ratio. What happens? You can apply for their checking line of credit. Now, the maximum on their checking line of credit, again, with their checking line of credit, what it is, it's a revolving personal loan, okay? Now you have a regular personal loan, but this is a revolving personal loan on the checking account. All right, and so the maximum on that is $15,000. You're like, wait a minute, Houston. That's still not what you said, right? So we're still what, $10,000 short. Okay, but here's the thing about it. Again, what happens after 90 days? After 91 days, what happens? So what happens is that you can ask for a credit line increase 5 here and 5 here. Is that not $100,000? That's $100,000. But again, this is something I really want you all to pay attention to, because I'm going to break this down, because there's other financial institutions you can do this with. Okay, so especially with this checking line of credit. Now, remember how everybody was up in arms because Wells Fargo was closing down their personal lines of credit, right? And so it started to hurt their credit. This is another reason I tell you guys, you should have more than one financial institution. Especially if you should focus on building a relationship with the credit unions. Because again, with the credit unions, they have a little more mercy towards you if you're a good member and you're utilizing your accounts and stuff like that, and you're making your deposits and paying your bills on time. The credit unions will give you a little more leverage than with the regular financial institutions. All right. So that being said, let's understand actually how to get this checking line of credit, this extra $15,000. And by the way, this also reports on your personal credit file. Okay, this also reports, so that's a trade line in itself. That's a trade line in itself. So you just have to understand what you're doing, and in terms of, yeah, you may not have a 700 credit score, but again, with Navy Federal, you don't have to have that perfect 700, 720 credit score, but you do have to actually be managing your accounts and everything. Now, in order to get this $15,000 checking line of credit, what has to happen? Well, understanding that they're going to pull from your Equifax, okay? And I made a video actually talking about the different credit lenders and stuff where they pull from and stuff like that. So if you need to check out that video and understand about pulling from Equifax and stuff, then I'll probably put a link below the description. Or if you can say, hey Houston, could you send me that video on what credit bureaus pull from where, or what credit card companies pull from, and I'll send you over that Equifax video, as well as the TransUnion also. Okay, now like I said, the maximum they're going to give you is $15,000. Okay, and like I said, that's a personal revolving line of credit. So when you pay it down, you can use it again. It's not like a personal loan. You pay it off and you can't use it no more. So this is the reason that I like this. And again, with Navy Federal, their maximum is $15,000. All right, which is cool. And they'll ask you, as a matter of fact, I'm going to show you actually how to apply for it, right? So understanding that, so again, it's an overdraft protection, all right? It's similar to your overdraft protection. So when you use your credit card, you write a check or something, and it goes over your checking account amount, then they'll pull down from this here personal line of credit, all right? And then again, as you pay it back, it replenishes. And it's very important that you have this here in place, because if people had this here checking line of credit in place when they had their personal lines of credit from Wells Fargo closed down, they said, oh, okay, well, let me pull this down. Let me use this here to pay that off, right? And then just start paying this here back. So you're still building a relationship with Navy Federal, okay? Now, the cool part about it, like when you do a overdraft with a Navy Federal, they don't charge you a fee up to $500, okay? So up to $500 you won't get a fee, but again, you have to pay it down. So to keep you from being charged that overdraft fee up to $500, again, you have to pay it down immediately. Now, here's what you need to do in order to get this checking line of credit. All right, you need to call Navy Federal, okay? And here's the phone number you would call them. All right, so you would call them and say, hey, I would like to try to qualify for that personal checking line of credit. Okay, now in terms of if they deny you, you can call a recon department and talk to them about it to see what it is that they can do. All right, but if you have a good relationship with Navy Federal, and I think if more people was aware of this, I think many people, like when they was almost about to miss the credit card payments and stuff, would have knew, like, wait a minute, I take some money from my checking line of credit to pay on my credit card. Okay, so that way you wouldn't have been missing your payments and stuff. So that's the reason that I'm talking about this. But nonetheless, that phone number is 888-842-6328. All right, this is very important. Again, you should always want to communicate with them over the phone. If you don't want to communicate with them over the phone, you can log into your account. Okay, when you log into your account, you look under the checking and savings. Okay, when you look under the checking and savings, what you're going to see, you're going to see your checking line of credit, and you would apply from there. Okay, so the best way to do this, you would open up the pledge loan, start utilizing the pledge loan, and then once you have your other accounts, call them and say, hey, I want the checking line of credit. All right, so now that they see you have accounts going on and you're making your payments and everything, and I did talk about the pledge loans for those of you who want to see that video to understand what the pledge loan is and how to leverage it and stuff to help build up your credit. I'll put a link above so you can actually see that video. All right, now that being said, all right, here's some financial institutions that will give you a higher limit. So where Navy Federal only gives you up to $15,000. All right, here's a financial institution, United Nations Federal Credit Union. They give you $25,000 checking line of credit. It's basically called an overdraft protection line of credit, but they give you $25,000. Okay, then you got MBT Bank. With MBT Bank, they're $35,000. It's not a credit card, it's a line of credit that you use, you pay down, use and pay down. Okay, this is very important because now you're like, this is a new source to be able to raise money. Not only to raise money, to give you a high trade line on your personal credit, especially if you're rebuilding your credit. This is why this is important. Now with Citibank offer it, and theirs go up to $10,500. Okay, Citibank offers $10,500. NTB Bank, MBT Bank, theirs is $10,000. And I'm pretty sure there's other lenders out there, but I was trying to find the ones that offer the highest lines of credit, checking lines of credit. Okay, now First Republic is, I think First Republic is $35,000. If anybody's a member of First Republic, and if you use any of these checking lines of credit, what do you think about them? Was it a big help to you? Did it help you get over the hump? Did it help you from falling behind on your bills? Did it help you from missing a late payment on your car payment or your credit card? Let me know what financial institution you used if you have this checking line of credit. Okay, put a comment below. Let me know where you're aware of this, because there's a lot of people have heard of this, but they probably never even tried to apply for it. That's the thing about it. People hear about it, but they never apply for it. So let me know if you ever actually applied for this checking line of credit. Okay, because this definitely will help you, give you a credit boost, an extra trade line on your credit. This is very important, especially for people that's still rebuilding their credit and stuff, having that relationship. So in terms of building being able to get $100,000 from Navy Federal, because I know when I started with Navy Federal, they definitely, I started at about, let me see, I had a personal loan and 2 credit cards. I didn't even have the business account. I just had the personal loan, 2 credit cards. It was about $75,000. But I didn't even know about this checking line of credit. If I would have knew that, I would have had another $15,000. And like I said, I didn't even touch the business side. It was just on the personal side. So now you know that you actually can raise $100,000 with just Navy Federal. Okay? And again, these are some other financial institutions that offer checking lines of credit that you, if you're banking with them or you're a member of them and stuff, let me know. Have you tried their checking lines of credit, or is there any other lenders that you done tried? So I hope that this video helps you guys. If any of you out there, again, that need a reviewing of your personal credit or some consulting, click the link below, set up a consulting meeting. And for those of you that's always supporting me and following me, as always, salute.